We have a huge problem. You guys have not had a full tour of my 1200 horsepower third gen Cummins. This is Jerome. Jerome is a 2008 Ram 3500 turned rowdy street truck. So honestly, I don't really know where to start, but I guess we can start in the rear and work our way up front. I think that the rear profile fits that pretty good. Obviously, paint match roll pan. My finger's not even in frame. Alpha Rexes, paint matched everything. So tailgate. We got the rolled MBRP tip here, kind of tight in here. For the back, since it was a 3500, it did have the overload springs. Took those out, took the 3 spacers that were in the bottom out. So it is a little lower. It does sit with a baby lean. I can't really show. Sitting on 22 by 12 fuel ignites. Those are leaving pretty soon. I fully paint matched the inside myself. That's why it doesn't look very good. We got the sterling gold fire punk traction bars. They work amazing when they're installed the right way. We have a little surprise sitting in the bed here. Little bottle of nitrous. Bilstein shocks all around. Everything on the underside's painted. Didn't frame off it, but it's close as you're going to get without pulling the cabin bed. Moving our way up front, obviously paint match door handles, paint match roof rails. I think that's just a Recon third brake light from, it's just blacked out. Fits pretty well. Paint match mirrors. Everything up front is painted, not paint matched. I did paint match my fender wells. Doesn't look as good as I wanted it to, but it's all right. Front end's totally stock, Thurn track bar, EMF ball joints, but that's the boring stuff. As we come up here, we get to the actual 1200 horsepower. So this is a 2008, so it's a 6.7 liter Cummins. I'm running a 250 gallon per hour fast, DDP 12 mil injection pump. 100% over DDP injectors with a gated steed speed on a 472, VS Racing 472. Currently, I just have a 125 shot, but that is also going to leave for the nitrous. That is going to leave, and it's going to get way bigger. All the little parts, obviously, I painted this, didn't turn out. We don't look at that. Sterling gold, FSD fuse box cover, sterling gold, everything's sterling gold. Brake res cover, we got Flying Diesel Performance dipstick, locking dipsticks. They're actually really nice. Mounted to the little tabs, Flying Diesel Performance as well on the 48 swap. So this is a full manual valve body truck. Turbo Smart wastegate. I have EAS, EGT, boost, lift pump pressure, all of the goodies. An FSD upper coolant hose, or pipe, I guess now. Should be powder coated, but it's not. Powder coated valve cover from D&J. Polished fuel rail and lines. They need redone, but fleece fuel filter block off. Industrial injection 2G swap. I have a chrome bullet antenna from, I do not know where. Don't remember. My apologies. This truck is a bighorn. We'll get to the interior in a minute. So it is a Laramie swap front bumper.
65 homes later, you'll figure it out.
I know, I've said it so much. We have the Amazon Special headlights. Clear reflector, because the orange ones are ugly. Fleece coolant bypass. Fleece coolant bypass coming from the back of the head. Mishimoto heater core fitting. So on the passenger side as well, 6.7 Cummins usually have this giant, ugly coolant standpipe that sits about right here. And clearly we do not have a stock VGT turbo. So there is no coolant running through this turbo. Basically, I had no use for the giant, ugly standpipe. So I took a 90-degree, I don't know if you guys can see down there, a 90-degree AN fitting, adapted it to this line right here. It goes up to the left heater core line. I just wrapped it kind of around in here and then down to my block. It works. Nothing melts. And then something else that might be catching your eye is where my wastegate goes. So this goes, it's straight off the wastegate and then piped or plumbed into my downpipe. So no flames shooting out of my wastegate tube that I don't have, but flames do come out the exhaust, so that's pretty cool. There it is again. I'm gonna be editing for hours. All of my wiring harness is redone in this Amazon wire loom. It actually looks pretty good. It is self-wrapping, so you can do this on like connectors. Obviously we have some here, everything's done. These little injector like connector covers came off of a 5th gen wiring harness. Those really cleaned that up super nice. Obviously we got rid of the CCV hoses, if that's what you want to call them. So that's why it looks so bare here. It moved a couple sensors. My this plenum and intake is from Black Market Performance, and it has actually done me really good. It's also powder coated sterling gold, along with basically everything else. So if you did not see this in the previous clips, I have a CMS hood mirror, so custom metal shapes. It just really kind of ties everything together. I think it looks super sick rather than a boring hood. The painted ones look pretty cool too, but I think the mirror is just cooler in my opinion. My rock lights are from Amazon. They're just straight Amazon specials. I think they're like Shine Night. I have 28 of them, and I have pretty minimal shadows really. So going inside, it's a little dirty, but we have my full manual valve body 48 shifter, custom buttons from Grace Performance. We have a powder coated sterling gold mount from Firepunk. We've got some LT billet knobs and more LT billet knobs. In the back I have two 10-inch kickers. That's nothing to really gawk about. I do have a tune switch, which I need to put the cigarette lighter cover back on it, so it just looks like the cigarette lighter, which that's kind of my favorite feature on the inside. And then obviously my edge screen, and we got a couple air fresheners and the draggy, which those are just necessities. No rip in the seat. This truck's got 290,000 miles on it, going strong. It'll spin 5,500 RPMs, hasn't exploded yet somehow. But obviously the motor's painted. So we pulled the motor out. We were doing a cam, 188 220 cam. Did forget to mention that. And we were so close that I figured just pull the motor and paint it, because why not? And I think it actually turned out really nice, rather than having a crusty, like cast rusting head over there and block, matter of fact. Coming back over here, we have some injector feed tube nuts from Fleece, which those are basically just like polished. They just look better. Goes well with the polished lines. Paint match wiper cowl, half of it, not this half, but the top is paint matched. And that's all I can really think of.